back to my channel. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the law of attraction. As you saw from the title, I'm a huge law of attraction enthusiast. You guys know I love talking about this. If you follow me on Snapchat, I love to post law of attraction quotes. And on my website, I have a law of attraction guide that I wrote, and it's just easy steps to follow the law of attraction without so much material and theories and all that kind of stuff. Just simple and to the point. A lot of people say they get the theories, they understand the concept, but they just don't understand how to actually manifest. Like the part of actually getting it, like the part that like we all want, obviously, and that's getting whatever it is that we're putting out there. And I thought, there's so many videos that go through like steps, and I've made videos that go through steps and, these 20 steps of the law of attraction and do all these things and then you're going to get that. And I thought, well, that's kind of the problem right there. If you are filling your brain with too many steps, too much material, and almost too much knowledge on the law of attraction, you kind of defeat the purpose of the whole living in the present, being open to new experiences, and actually manifesting whatever it is that you want. So that is why I'm making this video. One, to teach you one simple concept that you can start practicing right now. Even if you're watching this video in bed and you're about to fall asleep, you can still start practicing it right now. And it's going to help with the part that's just a little bit more difficult, and that's the actually manifesting thing. So instead of learning 20 different things and 20 different steps you have to do and a million things you have to buy and all that kind of stuff, you're going to learn one thing that is going to dramatically change your life, that is going to change the situation, that is going to manifest and unveil that thing that you really want. So let's get started. The tip I'm going to be sharing with you is actually nothing new. They say it in The Secret, they say it in so many law of attraction books and videos and all that, but it's the one thing that people graze over. And I give this advice in my own law of attraction guide, but it's just still one that people they don't want to start with. They want to hear, okay, but what else? But really, this is the key. Like, this is it. This is like what the law of attraction is really based on and built off of, and that's pretend like you already have it. And I think the reason why people don't really like this answer or are looking for other ways to get what they want or to attract what they want is because it's kind of weird and like an unnatural feel. Like, am I supposed to play make-believe? Am I supposed to pretend? It's kind of confusing, right? Like, how do I pretend like I already have it when I don't, right? Like, how do I pretend that I already have this thing or this person when I don't? So if you think about some of the other things we've learned with law of attraction, like make a vision board or be really grateful and be grateful for the things you have now. If you think about it, it's all building off of this one idea, pretend you already have it, right? Like the vision board, like seeing it, on your wall or wherever you keep your vision board, it's supposed to remind you of those are the things I want so I could be attracted to it. But the constant reminding of the thing or the person or whatever it is you're trying to attract, that's sort of planting a mental picture in your head, almost thinking or tricking your brain into thinking you already have it. And the same thing with being grateful. That is a huge part of law of attraction. There's books that focus so many chapters just on being grateful and the importance. And the being grateful and the importance also builds off of the idea of pretend like you already have it, because when you're grateful and you see like, okay, I do have things going for me in my life and those things will come to me, that feeling makes you feel better. And when you feel better, you almost feel as if you have it. So once again, all of law of attraction really builds off of this idea, pretend like you already have it. So you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but I don't know if this will work for my situation. Like, I'm not sure if this would work. And I'm going to go over popular things that people want to attract and how I personally would try to pretend that I already have it and how that would look, like how I would go about my day. So the first is with weight loss. And I told you guys, I did this from the very beginning. I pretended, I'm already this fit girl. Like, that's already who I am. And when you pretend that you already lost the weight, so say your goal is like, 20 pounds, minus 20 pounds from your weight now and say, that is what I am. And you'll notice that, okay, well, what does somebody that has just lost 20 pounds do? They probably don't go to McDonald's, they probably don't skip their workout, they most likely eat healthy, and then you start doing all the things that somebody that just lost 20 pounds, what do? How do they feel? They're thrilled with life right now. Obviously, they're so excited. They just reached a huge transformation. So if you feel that, then you're going to attract more of those situations, and then you're going to end up with that exact same goal or even better. Okay, so money. Now we're going to talk about money, which some people get really uncomfortable talking about, some people don't, whatever. This is something I get asked all the time on Snapchat. I always get private messages saying, you know, this is something that I want to change, that I really want to see the biggest change with, but I don't have it, so how am I supposed to go around and pretend like I do? And how am I supposed to feel that when I'm struggling to pay the bills? So a long time ago, I gave this example on my Snapchat, and I still think about it from time to time because it really is such a good example, and I hear him on the radio all the time. Think of Drake or any music that is similar to his. A lot of times, he would say that he was rapping about all these things that he didn't have. Since his very first song, he was saying like he's the greatest rapper alive when he wasn't yet, you know? He was saying that he had all this money when maybe he didn't really have it like that yet. And he said he was driving all these cars when he wasn't, or doing all these things that he wasn't doing. And then later on, when he eventually did get them, he, you know, admitted, you know, I exaggerated things and I really didn't have it like that, but I always told myself that I will, so I acted as somebody that would be the greatest rapper alive, as somebody that would get to visit these places or drive these cars. And now, I'm not saying to do exactly that, I'm not saying to go and tell the world, but what I am going to say to do is mentally put yourself where you want to be right now. So when you have that money, how are you going to dress? When you have that money, how are you going to talk? Or who are you going to hang out with? Or what are things you're going to do? And maybe start doing them now. If you're in school right now and your goal is to be, you know, this successful businesswoman or businessman, and you know, you're struggling to pay your bills right now and you're also going to school, and you see that your place is always a mess and you're always in your sweatpants and you're not really putting much effort into yourself or the place that you're living now, but you know you want to get out of that place, you know you want more money, well, start acting like you have it now by fixing up yourself, doing your hair in the morning, putting on a great outfit that makes you feel like $1,000,000, clean your apartment. You know, a lot of times people will say, I can't wait to have my mansion. But then you look at the place that they're living now and there's clothes all over the floor and their dishes are piled up. You know, start treating what you have now like it's what you want, you know? Start living that life now, because guys, all these bad habits that we have now, it doesn't matter how much money or our soulmate, or it doesn't matter who comes into our life or anything like that. These habits will grow with us. We will take these bad habits anywhere. It doesn't matter the situation, I'm telling you. Now, one thing I want to mention, for this to actually work, it's just like a weight loss journey. And like I always talk about, you know, eating healthy. If you eat healthy for a long period of time, you will see results. If you work out for a long period of time consistently, then you will see results. So the same thing with your mind. You have to exercise your mind just the way you would with the rest of your body. So what I do is I actually have my gratitude rock. I actually forget what kind of stone this was. I got it at one of these like aura shops, crystal shops, and it was right at the counter when I was paying, and I was like, oh, this is really pretty, and it had a whole description about it, rock, and you know what it does or it's supposed to do. Honestly, it's whatever I make it to be. Whatever I decide this rock is what it's gonna be. So for a while, this was my gratitude stone, and it still is. And what I mean by that, if no one has heard of a gratitude stone, it's basically just something that you can hold and keep in your pocket, and anytime you feel it, you know, oh, I should be grateful. And it just is that constant reminder. So my advice here is to grab something. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a stone. It can be like what Earl Nightingale always said. He always said, put your goal or who you want to be on a piece of paper, fold that paper up and keep it in your wallet, something that you have to look in every day. And then every time you see that paper, you'll know this is who I want to be, and it's that constant reminder. So the last thought I want to leave you guys with is, you don't want to hold your goal on this pedestal that you'll never be able to reach, like the carrot and the rabbit, right? That's like an expression where the rabbit is trying to get the carrot stick, but he's just pulling it away, something like that. I don't know. You don't want that to be your situation. You don't want it to be where you live in this state of someday, maybe, when, eventually. Like, you don't want to live in that state. You want to live in, I have it now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was something different as far as the law of attraction goes, that it wasn't the typical step system and, you know, all the other things that can kind of get a little confusing. So let me know if you like this video, and I will definitely film more like it. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!